Hey everyone, I'm Nick.
I'm Vic.
And we're Envy Board Gaming. Today we're looking at Ethnos. It is a 2 to 6 player game. It's published by Simon, designed by Paulo Mori. Vic's going to tell you how to play a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and give our reviews.
All right, we are set up here for a 4-player game of Ethnos. This game is a set collection area control type of game. You're going to have cards with different characters. They're randomly drawn and assigned. I believe you have 6 different classes that are put in, and they can change. There's other ones that aren't featured here that are still in the box, and I'll let you check out those cards and see the abilities. But for this example, we have the centaurs. You'll see here, if you place a marker on the board, you may play another band of allies immediately. And band of allies are basically just groups of either the same color, which if you're colorblind, the cards actually have a special symbol that you can use to distinguish between the characters. So you would go with the symbol to know which area is being targeted, because the colors match on the map. So if you were trying to take control of the blue Stratton area, you'd want to get blue cards, and these can be different characters that you play. Whoever's at the top of the band of allies is going to be the leader, so you'll play that ability when you deploy that band. You're going to want to play bands of more than one. You can see on the board here, it actually gives you a reference. You don't get any points if you do a band of 1, but if you do a band of 2, you get 1, and 3, you get 3. 6, you get 15 points, 6 plus. So there's a little scoring chart there. And what you're ultimately trying to do is get in position with your markers in these areas and score the points that are depicted in each region for each round. There's 3 rounds in total in the game. So if you win the first round, you'll take the respective award, the victory point award that goes with that. These tiles with the numbers are randomly assigned, and you just put them from lowest to highest number. So the third round will be the highest number. This one here is all 8s, but that's just the way that cookie crumbled. So in this game, you're going to take a turn. You're going to have a choice of either playing a band or drawing a card. You can always take a card from the bottom card row here. However, if you ever play a band, you actually need to discard the remainder of your hand. If it wasn't part of the band, it goes out here, and other players are able to take cards from here. And so, you know, if I had, for instance, this board, and I had the dwarf, I would be trying to get another dwarf perhaps, or I could go for another purple card, depending on how I wanted to go about things. If I was trying to gain control of the purple area, or if I was trying to build a big group of dwarves, it's really, you know, how I want to go about it. There are certain ones here that have different player boards that we've bought out because those classes are in play. So for instance, the trolls here, they let you take an unclaimed troll token with a value of up to X. Well, X is your band of allies. It's the size of your group that you've played. And you would take the respective token, which is going to give you points at the end of the game, in addition to the points you score for that band. The giants here, they're in play as well. So if you play the biggest band with a giant leader, you're going to take control of this, and that will score you 2 glory. Depending on the round that you do it in, you'll get more points. So that means that out of everybody in the group, you've played the largest group of the giants. Skeletons are wild. If you play those, for example, these can always be in a band, but they don't count towards the end of age scoring, because in this deck of cards that we are going to go through, we're actually inserting 3 of these dragon cards. And when you've reached the third and final one, when it's been revealed, that is when that age ends. So once you've gone through that 3 times, you're going to end the game, and the player with the most points wins the game. And that's how you play Ethnos.
All right, welcome back for the review portion of the video. We're going to talk about Ethnos here. We've played it at 4 players. We did a run-through real quick. Then we actually had a 4-player game of it. And yeah, it's not one that's going to really work with 2 players. It says 2 to 6. I don't think I would try it with 2. I don't see any reason to do that. So if you're looking for a good 2-player game, I don't think this is it. I think you're going to need it at least 4, in my opinion, just playing it. and I just don't see how it would work really at 2. So I'm not sure. I'm not gonna say it's disingenuous, but it just you won't get the same experience at 2. I couldn't imagine how you would.
Yeah, I wondered too.
It's an area majority game. It's a set collection, heavy set collection. That's the main mechanism here, along with area majority. So if you don't like set collection, I'm not sure this game's going to change your mind. If you don't like area control, I don't think this game's going to change your mind. You have to like those 2 mechanisms. If you really don't like one or the other, this game is an instant pass because it's heavy on both. It's not just a little dab in this. No, that's the game. It's set collection, area control. Really, that's it. So things I like about the game, I like the replayability of it. I think you're throwing different. Every game's going to be pretty different because you have that setup of all these setup cards, and you're going to draw them randomly, and you never know what your game might include when you draw these. You're going to draw 6 of them. And the modules are pretty cool. Actually, some of the best components are the things that, like the boards and the modules. They look the nicest. Like this token here for the giant. That looks good. There's a merfolk.
The merfolk one. I love the look of that.
That one looks real nice. Even these have something about the graphic design of them. It's and the simplicity. Okay, I got the troll that had the it says 4 here. I don't know if like the lighting on it. But 4 victory points, so it's a band of 4. It's the simplicity of it. Oh, I earned that one. There's something rewarding about that, like taking the only 4 or the only 5 or whatever. Like, no, that's mine. I like the randomization of the points you're going to get, so you don't know what territory might be the best round to round, and you get rewarded if you took an early one that wasn't worth as much.
But you
there's
stuck
a 10
it
at
out,
the end,
to the third age.
And no one's going to mess with you because you already committed to that so much.
Yeah.
So there are some good things about this. There's some bad things. The best components are actually the little markers for your board, the markers to put on the territory. Those are nice. The board is not good. It's not good at all. I don't like this board. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the cards very much either. It just seems like it's dated. Everything seems really old.
Yeah.
Even though this isn't an old game. Yeah, we're a little late to the ship, but this isn't like an old game at all. It's a newer game.
I'm surprised you said that because I actually didn't know when it was released, and when I was looking at it, I thought this was an old game, like a classic or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's how I felt, honestly, and I didn't know. I have no idea what the publisher.
2018 or 2017. Yeah, 17 or 18, I think.
Old soul.
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting. The box is fine. I think it's not. It's dark, but I guess it's meant to be dark, right? So I think the box is fine. And it's a CMON game, so you'd expect miniatures. You got trolls, you have giants. You expect these hulking miniatures, and no,
nothing.
There's nothing at all.
Just
cards, and little modules. But I'm okay with set collection. It's hit or miss for me. I'm not huge on it. This game kind of reminds me of Royals, but I like this better than Royals. So if you've played Royals, it's a Dice Tower essential. But it kind of reminds me of the area control there where you're playing sets to take command of things. Anyway, I'm going to give it a 7-9. So it's one that if you like those mechanisms, well, here you go. This is the game for you because that's what this is. This is a 101 version, and I've said this before in a top 10 with Lords of Nirvana, that this is 101. You got pretty much set collection 101, and you have area control 101 in this box.
Yeah.
What do you think, Vicky?
I think a lot of what you said is true. I like the different characters. I like how they come into play, how some of them you're going to have to think before you get and deploy a band of them, because maybe they might give you an ability to place a marker on another area or deploy another band immediately, and you want to plan for that. But there's also some tension in the way that it goes around when the cards are on display. And you discard your hand that you didn't use when you play a band, and other people are able to pilfer what you've deployed, and sometimes you're building up and you might, like me, have a couple things going on in the hand and then have to give it up. So it's kind of clever that way, and I'm not one for area majority or area control. Really, games are not my favorite. I don't, that's not a favorite. I'll play them. But this one, I actually didn't feel so bad because there weren't armies like moving in and killing me. I didn't feel like I was being defeated in a way because I was still making progress. If like I put markers out on orange or wherever, I'm staying there. I'm going to stay there. So at least that visual of just seeing your marker there, unless I don't know if there's an ability or a card that removes them. But it's nice to have your things out there and feel like you're working towards something and really have that visually represented, as opposed to some area control games where I'm playing and I'm just getting wiped off the board and I feel like I have no presence and I'm doing nothing and retreat. So yeah, that's the part of the game that I thought was refreshing for area control, because I'm not much of a fan. I like the way they put the set collection with it, allow you to do colors or characters and then choose the leader of the stack that you do. That's kind of neat too, and then that determines what ability or what character trait you're gonna be able to play. So my score for this game is a 7.4. When Nick and I were first going through it, and I wasn't really interested in this at all. I thought, what is this? We're just drawing a card, because you're not really doing much. The turns go by really quick. Before you know it, you're still organizing your cards in your hand, and when it goes back to you, you're, what happened? You know, I don't know if you found that.
Yeah, so that's a plus for me. The game is quick. So just to really hone in on what we like and what we don't. Well, the game is quick, and I think that's a plus for both of us.
Yeah.
The game is really snappy, but one big negative is that thing you just mentioned. You're just drawing a card sometimes. Sometimes you don't have anything on offer, and all you're doing is drawing a card. That is not good. To me, that takes away from the game.
Yeah, that's why I brought it down on my score, because originally I had it a bit higher, and then I thought about what you're really doing, and then didn't feel it was that satisfying when you're drawing a card.
That's what prevented it for the 8s for me. Is just that the fact that some of your turns, all you're doing is top decking a card because nothing is on offer. And some of the most exciting moments are actually when your opponents put an ally out and have to discard all their cards. It's, yes, these are the cards I'm looking for. Hopefully no one else takes the rest of them because I want a couple of them. So that's actually exciting things. And the modules are good. I like these modules. Like you can't really call them modules, but I like the characters that have different boards. I think the orc board is cool, just putting one of these markers on your little board. And I like the concept that you have your own little board. It almost looks like that board belongs in every game. It looks like this is your player board almost. But that's actually, everyone gets one of these if the orc's in play.
Orc board.
I think that's cool. I think that is cool that everyone gets something or there's something else in play, like different. It feels like modules, but it's not. And I like that. I think that's a cool aspect. So kind of, there's pros and cons to this game. I know a lot of people love it, and they probably love it for that simplicity. This is a pretty simple game. So
yeah, easy to teach too. It only took me a few minutes to go through an overview of how to play. You're not really dealing with complicated mechanisms. You're not building engines. You're really not doing that here. So appreciate it for what it is. I would recommend it maybe to players that are newer to the hobby that want to get into these things, or maybe break somebody into an area control game. For me, that's my kind of view of it.
Intro to area control. This could be one of if we did a top 10 intro to area control, this could probably make that list. There's a bunch that could, but that might be
less cutthroat. Like I was saying, that's where I feel it's more appealing. But yeah, the game overall is all right. Let us know what you think below in the comments if you like area majority or area control games, and like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to our channel for more great videos, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.